Greetings everyone, DonTheCrown here, and this is kind of a video that's a little bit different than my normal type of content, but it's going to be kind of money-making tips type of video. One of the things that I notice a lot in PoE is that people don't take advantage of the ability to produce certain types of items. And I want to give an example here. Now, note that by the time you watch this video, this particular example will probably no longer be profitable. So don't go into YouTube comments and be like, oh my gosh, Don talked about this and now it's not even any good. But this is an example of things that you can do in order to make money for yourself, especially easy ways to make money. Now, I actually accidentally stumbled upon this method earlier this league because I was looking to get boots for my one with nothing build. There's the new boot, they're not new, but they're boots that pretty much give you life per dexterity. I was like, that would be really great if I could farm that myself. And I thought it dropped off Sokowalt, one of the beast bosses. And so I went out and I bought an Exalt's worth of these bosses. And then I remembered that that's not actually what it drops these boots instead. But on killing that Exalt's worth of bosses, I dropped a whole bunch of these things, Sokowal's Nest. And this was worth about 1 Exalt, and a few of them I actually dropped were perfect rolls, or very close to perfect, so I sold for 3 or 2 Exalts. So I made quite a little bit of money about that. And I kind of forgot about this over the last week or two. It wasn't really something I looked at, but then I was looking at armor that was going up in value, and I saw that Sokowal's Nest was once again seeming to go up. It's worth about 1 Exalt right now, time of filming. Today's April 1st. And so I was like, so if it's worth about 1 Exalt, that means that the birds are probably at least 60 chaos a pop, right? Well, actually, Sokowine Rex here is about 12 chaos. I ended up purchasing a whole bunch of these at 15 chaos a pop, and so now we're going to go run them and see what the results are. Now, this is probably about 3 Exalts worth of birds, just a rough estimate. So if I get at least 3 body armors back and sell them for 1 Exalt, I have made my investment back. And then if I make any more than 3, I should make a profit. Now, I'm probably going to speed this part up because it's going to involve a lot of killing and spinning. But these are pretty easy to do. All you have to do is kill the 4 beasts which come out. The roost portal pops up. And then you just kind of hop down this way. And there's a couple beasts you have to kill. The Cobra Spirit, and this opens up the door here, which is kind of hard to see. And then you go to the next section here, and there's another red spirit beast, the Squawkerine Wretch. There was a door there that opened up once that happened. So you can run by all of this. This is item level 70 zone. And then you knock that last one down. And then you'll be able to go fight the boss. And that's it. Once he gets knocked down to 0 HP, Einhar will throw a net. You can just portal out, and you can go into the next one. So we obviously didn't get one on the very first one. That would have been perfect for YouTube. But yeah. And honestly, this is something you don't necessarily need a ton of gear to farm either. Granted, this guy is a Cirrus 8 killer. Got probably about 7 million DPS. But you could probably do this on an extremely low budget version of my same build. I have the Champion or even Berserker Cyclone character this league that you can follow a guide for. And I'll be putting out some other builds as well. But typically by this point in the league, if you're willing to put in a little bit of investment towards killing stuff, kind of taking a risk a little bit, you can make a lot of money. Now I will be highlighting other ways to make money probably in the rest of this video. I'm not going to go through all of them right now, probably because I'm going to cut this footage, but or speed it up significantly. But yeah. There are lots of little ways that you can make money in the game just by buying one thing and turning it into another. I purchased a whole bunch of pieces of the different Harbinger uniques, and those gave me some nice returns. Because all you literally have to do is buy 2 to 4 pieces, put them in the right shape, and then you have a new unique. And people are lazy. People don't want to do that. People don't want to do multiple trades. And so that's something that you can make a profit from. And you don't even need to have any sort of special build. Like, you can literally just take like your whatever chaos you get leveling up and put that all towards that. So far we've killed 3. We haven't gotten anything super fancy. Most of these are all bad. But we did buy quite a few of these, 25. Alright, well that's going on. Let's talk about a couple other ways to make money in Path of Exile. If you're not familiar with this site, this is PoE.ninja, and this keeps track of the cost of a lot of different things in the game, and it does this by like looking at the website and tracking sales kind of, and it's generally a good way to kind of get a good feel for the market and cost for different things. But definitely, if you're going to like sell something or buy something, you're going to look at the exact sales on there. But things that I'm going to look at real quick are, if we go to fragments here, something I've noticed a lot this particular league is the Shaper set fragments, like Fragment of the Chimera, Minotaur, Phoenix, and Hydra are all extremely profitable right now. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're looking to buy a Fragment of the Chimera, it's going to cost you 38 chaos, and Fragment of the Hydra is going to cost you 29 chaos at the cheapest here, right? Well, funnily enough, if you wanted to buy these maps, they're actually pretty much cheaper than their Fragment, which means if you ran this map just plain white and ran directly to the boss, killing nothing along the way, you would make a guaranteed profit off of just the Fragment. That's pretty ridiculous considering this is a tier 16 map. I know there's lots of people who have a lot of problems with building up their map pool or sustaining a nice high red map pool. Well, here you go. Free maps, basically, that you don't need to worry about getting returns on, because each one of these will net you profit just by getting the Fragment. Now, if you have a difficult time killing some of these, like Pit of the Chimera can be kind of difficult, Forge of the Phoenix can also be difficult, I'd recommend focusing on things like Lair of the Hydra, which is basically just learning to get out of the way of the boss's attacks. And yeah, it's a pretty easy map besides that. Boss isn't all that difficult, and you can make a lot of money from that. Another way that you can go and make money is if you click this button up here at the top, it's going to take you to builds, and you can like pick on whatever league you want here. But looking to see what builds are popular with most people right now. Now this will show you the ladder information, so this is literally only the people at the very top all the way down to the very bottom of the ladder, which is not going to be everybody. And as you can see right now, the bottom of the ladder, you have to be at least level 95. And so this is not like a honest to goodness, like perfect viewpoint of what the league looks like. These are only the people that are pushing really hard. What we can do is we can go and like lower the top end here. So we're not looking at the people who are like race to 100 or something. And we can see the percentages of the builds that are extremely popular. And if we click on Guardian, for example, right now is extremely popular, and we go and we look at the character, we'll see that, wow, they have quite a bit of jewels. And you know, some of these are regular rare. This one is Conqueror's Efficiency, which is a quest reward that has been corrupted to have minus mana reservation. And then the rest are a whole bunch of, looks like, Herald cluster jewels. Now, you can go out and craft these type of jewels, and in fact there's quite a bit of profit in crafting almost every cluster jewel you can imagine right now. All you have to do, for the most part, is figure out what people are looking for their own personal builds. This is another reason why playing a whole wide variety of builds is very powerful in terms of making money, because you'll be able to figure out, okay, what exactly are people looking for? What type of items are difficult to acquire naturally? What are things that when I did a Archmage build, I really wanted a necklace that had lightning damage leached his life, but that was kind of hard for me to find. Could I go out and search for necklaces that are full 6 props and are kind of bad? and then try to annul off a prefix so I could craft life on there. Would that gain me profit? And just kind of looking at things like that, as opposed to just being like, all right, I guess I'm just going to keep running maps all day and pray that something good drops, even though you might not have a great idea of how to identify what something good is. Crafting cluster jewels right now is incredibly profitable. I've made a ton of money crafting cyclone jewels this league, especially early on in the league. I'm sure if we go into here, same search, you'll see a lot of people who are running cluster jewels. This guy's Resolute Technique for some reason. But we'll see that people are doing medium cluster jewels. They have precise focus, rapid infusion. This is a relatively easy roll to get. Also, a lot of people are using Hexbreaker and precise focus, but that's generally what people are looking for. And if you're using sites like Craft of Exile, you can go and be like, how much would I actually have to like put in order to kind of like make one of these things? And so we can see that if we definitely want to have precise focus, this has a pretty decent weighting at 1379, and rapid infusion is about 690. So if I wanted to be like, all right, if I'm going to regal this, what is the chances of this happening? So you see it's about 22 tries if you land the precise focus first. Now, if I revert this the other way around, you right click to make it as if it's already on there, and you'll see it's about 12 tries once you get rapid infusion. So that's not that bad. If I wanted to just go pure chaos spam route, and these are what I'm looking for, it's about 110 chaos. Now, I'm not 100% sure how much these cost right now, but that might even give you some sort of profit. Let me go over here. We'll pull this up on the actual trade site. All right, so this one here, about 50 chaos. So yeah, maybe chaos spamming, not the best way to go about doing it, but you can definitely, like at 50, 60 chaos, if you were making that type of sale, if you can get the base for pretty cheap, alteration and regaling is going to be a pretty good deal there. So definitely want to chaos spam in this type of situation, but yeah, there's things like that you can make a lot of money. I know a lot of people have talked about how they've been making the heraldry jewels that have kind of gotten nerfed but are still going to be extremely popular this league, and those have made them a lot of money. I know guys who have been making 4-prop two-handed weapon or dual wield weapon deep cuts jewels who've been making an insane amount of money for landing the right 3 properties and slamming a good 4th property on. And so these are the type of things that you can look into, figuring out what types of builds are currently popular, the type of items that they're going to want and need, and trying to figure out exactly how you can facilitate people getting the things that they need. Because when you're adding like value into the economy, you end up making a profit as long as you're doing it in a smart way. And these are just things that I think a lot of people overlook. Okay, so we got a total of 6 chests, 4 gloves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 boots, and 6 hats. So we got just as many hats as we got body armors. We got the least amount is what we got gloves, we lead in boots. So let's identify that. So the first one here is perfectly rolled reduced mana, and it also has extremely high attributes and an average lightning roll. So this one's going to be worth more than 1 Exalt. This one has a 9% reduced mana reserved and nearly perfect attributes. So this one will also be worth more than 1 Exalt. This one has about as terrible of rolls as you can possibly get. So this one will probably earn extra divine onto it. This one also has terrible rolls, So about as bad as you can get on both of these in terms of attributes and rolls. This one's pretty bad as well, 6%. And this one is, wow. This one's nearly perfect. So this one will be a lot of money comparatively. So let's go take a peek at these. We have Squawklewall's nest here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click here, filter by item stats. It's just going to load everything in here, right? So if I look at like 70 attributes and 70 attributes and 10. Oh yeah, this could be bad. Needs to be a max of -10 actually. So this is a little bit weird because this is actually increased mana reserved. GGG doesn't really have reduced mana reserve for some reason on their like stats here. So either put maximum is going to be -10. It's kind of inverted. But you can see here the cheapest one right now is up for 6.8 Exalts. This one's even a little bit worse than mine. So I'm going to list this one for probably 6.5. Let's go list that for 6.5 Exalts, which means if this sells even at 4 Exalts, that makes up for all of our cost, and it makes it so we're doing pure profit. I have a lot of things in here I haven't priced yet. This one here is lower on the attributes, so I'm going to scroll back up here, try to put it at 60. And we see that similar ones to this, we have like 3.5, 2.4, so I'm going to put mine up for say 2.2 on this one. Offset them a little bit. Next one here is 9% and 74 attributes. So go back up to here. Maximum is now -9. And so you see this is about like 2 Exalts, but then jumps to 5 Exalts here. So I'm gonna put this one up for 2 Exalts. Now these last 3 here, I could definitely just list these for like 1 Exalt and probably get a nice quick sale on them. Like if you go look here, Squawklewall's nest right now is worth about 125, goes up to 150 next, and then 1 Exalt plus, right? So I could definitely list it for probably an Exalt, get a quick sale. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go and grab some Divines, and we're probably going to throw at least like 2 or 3 at each of these. So that's okay. I mean, not so great. Maybe that one's not lucky. Okay, 8%, I can live with that. 10%, oh, this one's just about as good as our best one now. So I think that those Divines were definitely worth it. Maybe they heard that I thought it wasn't lucky, so it decided to show me a little bit differently. Yeah, so I'll probably price this one. I put that one up for that. I mean, I'll probably just put this up for the exact same price, 6.5 Exalts. And then I think 8% is probably going to be just fine. And what were the stats on both of these? 61 and 64. And so you can see both of these are not really all that worth. I'm going to put them both up for 1.5 Exalts. That probably won't really cover the cost of the Divines I sunk into them, but it's better than nothing, right? Now, if you really want to get crazy with something like this, you could 6-socket it. You could also obviously quality it up first, then try to 6-link it. All these things definitely add value. However, you're probably more likely to lose value as you try to link these type of things, since like you have to get really, really lucky, basically. And I kind of prefer to take things that are more guaranteed type of profit. But yeah, that's just one example here of ways to make money in the game that are literally sitting right in front of you. And I'll probably cover some more in the rest of this video, but that's it for this live part. Thanks, guys. Alright, so this guy is buying the one that we put up for 2.2. I'm probably going to lower the price on the other ones, but yeah, that's pretty much almost the entirety of the set that we bought right there with just one sale. Let's actually lower the price on these. I think 5.5 for perfect is probably even that a little bit too high, but yeah, easy money.